When do startups stop giving equity? This is Peter Saddington, and we're answering all of your most popular startup questions. So today's question is, when do startups stop giving equity? Well, this is kind of a hard question to answer, but there's a couple of things that we can think about. First and foremost, whenever you start a company, you're going to have equity, which means you own part of the value of that company. You will also give equity to some of your founding partners or founding members or founding team. So you'll have to give them some equity as well. You'll also want to have equity for your board, people that are going to advise you in your startup and help you grow and scale and maybe provide you network from partners to investment to anyone that can help your company grow. So you're going to want to have some equity for them as well. You're also going to want to have a pool of equity, let's just say 20% of the total pool, that is open for new employees, new board members, new partners, so that you can trade that equity for money, network, position, partnership, strategic opportunity. And so equity is given out in trade for services or help in building your startup. Now, the question that we're trying to answer today is, when do startups stop giving equity? In most cases, you'll stop giving equity generally around the second or third round of funding. So if you start a company, you start with seed funding, you'll give away some equity for a small seed check. And if you do a Series A, you'll give away even more equity to the other investors, the bigger investors that are coming in. And you might have enough equity left over for a Series B. But in most cases, a lot of that equity has essentially been granted or given out. And at that point, you really generally have very little equity to give. And in most cases, as you continue to grow, you're going to end up becoming diluted anyway. So when do we stop giving equity? Generally around the first or second round of funding is when you run out of equity.